All right. Let's do a little rapid fire and then we'll do a discussion of the week. Which second round loss were you more surprised by, Edmonton or Toronto?
Honestly, Edmonton. More surprised by Edmonton.
Yes.
Yep, I would agree. Now here's what I'd say. More more surprised by Edmonton because it's the Leafs. I think we all kind of knew like something
Yeah.
was gonna happen. But I'm almost more disappointed in the Leafs because they had such a weaker opponent, I feel like the Golden Knights are a good team, right? Think of the
Yeah.
Cats, it's like, oh shit, in
I'm
5 games?
I'm more surprised by and in a way more disappointed by Edmonton because it's like watching your brother do something really, really stupid over and over again and not learning from it.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
you
I kept seeing press conferences with McDavid and the promos on commercials about McDavid and just like in my head, all I kept thinking was that's the best player in the world. And he could win. He could like this is a chance. He could win the cup right now. Like, why doesn't he go do it? Like, I know that's a dumb thing to say, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I just felt frustrated by it because I was like, dude, like you're right here. Just beat them.
just beat them. I knew
Yeah,
they were
it's
toast when their fans were throwing beers in
Yeah,
the second period
that's
in that
true.
game and they're down
Oh,
by two. I'm like, oh, your fan base has
Yeah.
already given up on
Yeah,
you.
fully.
damn. That's crazy. But I, I'm more sad by Toronto because I picked them to win the Stanley Cup. So that's the big thing.
it's okay.
um,
Happens.
but if I had to like give it what I was surprised, honestly, neither. Like even though I picked Toronto to win, like
It's
I
Toronto.
expected like Edmonton or Toronto to choke at some point. It was
Canadian
just
teams.
wishful. It was just wishful thinking for Toronto this year. So I'm not surprised by either.
I like how you worded that. Which conference finals matchup are you looking forward to more, the East or the West?
I mean, after we talked all the storylines, I feel like I got to go East. However, I something tells me the West might have higher potential to like go deeper, go seven. I could see after we talked a big game about the East series, maybe it only goes 5 or 6 games or something, but I'll stick with East. I think all the storylines there are super interesting. Stahl brothers, the coaching thing should be a good one.
I think I'm going to go West just for the reasons you said, Mac, just because I think it's going to be a little bit more of a tightly contested series. I really hope this one goes seven. Honestly, I hope they both do at this point, but because that's just more hockey. But I really, really hope that Stars Vegas one goes seven.
I'm gonna go West as well. I think honestly, I think both of them could go 6 or 7. It's just I think just both teams are better. I think whoever comes out of the West is probably gonna end up winning the championship this year. So I think it's just a better matchup at this point.
Storylines in the East are cool. I think it's, obviously way cooler storylines with the brothers and the coaches and all that. But I think the quality of the hockey out West is probably going to be a little more tightly contested. Like Nick said, got a bad feeling in my gut that Carolina, Florida, every game's going to be like 5-2 or some
I'm
shit.
worried
Yeah.
about that too. That's kind of why I said that, but I'm
Yeah.
sticking with the East. Wishful thinking. Hopefully,
Good. One more thing on that series. Great test for the Panthers. They've had so much success on the road, but that is a tough, tough building to win in the
it is.
postseason.
That's true.
And since all of our cup picks are officially toast, who are you rooting for now, and who do you think will take it home this year officially?
As long as we don't get a Hurricanes Golden Knights Cup final, I can live with that because I'll have somebody to pull for. If it gets to that point, you will see me rooting for the Vegas Golden Knights like
Same.
wholeheartedly, which is sad to say, honestly. But
Yeah.
I'm I don't know what I would do if it ended up being Florida and Dallas because I really want like Pavelski and Suter and those boys to win the cup. But I have really become attached to this Cats team this postseason, which I didn't see coming. I shit on this team all
You
season
like
long.
shit all
I
over
say how
them
they're
all
like a
season
fake.
long.
I say how they're like a fake hockey team and like all that shit. And their logo is a soccer logo and blah 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 blah. But I don't know. I'm rooting for the Cats as of now to win it all. We'll see how that goes.
And is that who you think is going to win it all too?
No, I think the fucking Hurricanes are gonna have the easiest cakewalk to the Stanley Cup in in recent history.
I literally since the Mickey Mouse COVID year, but I think that the Hurricanes are going to win it too. I think pound for pound they're the strongest team left in it, but obviously I want the Stars
If
too.
they don't, it's hilarious, and that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if I had to go, like I just said, I think the champion's going to come out of the West, so it's probably either be Vegas or Dallas. But if I had to root for anyone to win it, honestly, I know you're going to hate me for this, but I'm going to say Carolina. Like they got Antti Ranta and Teuvo Teravainen. I can root for them that way, and I think they're finally due. It's been so long, and I just think that fan base deserves one.
You could do that. You don't have to though.
Well, like if Florida gets in, I'll root for whoever comes out of the West. But I'll probably, if Carolina's in and it's Vegas, I root for Carolina.
Who do I root for? I don't know. This is weird. Like I like Pavelski. I think he's definitely the most deserving guy. But if you made me pick a team, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like this Hurricanes team. It's weird. Like I know that might be sacrilegious.
Asshole.
Metro team, yeah, Metro team and everything. I know, but they've been knocking on the door. You guys, we all know how that feels like, but you two especially. Like eventually, you gotta let it fall. Who do I think will win? I think Vegas is gonna win it. I don't know why.
I got a bad feeling about that
Wow.
too.
I
I got a
think-
really bad feeling
I
about
think
that.
Vegas is gonna win it. I don't know
I'm gonna
why,
be
but
so angry if the Hurricanes and the Knights are in the Stanley Cup
do
final.
you know who wants the cup arguably more than anybody? Bruce Cassidy. That guy got shit canned for
Yeah.
no reason. His team goes on and is like,
That
"Oh
would
my
be the
God, we're
biggest
so
middle
good."
finger to the Bruins
Yeah.
ever, which
Yeah.
would be kind of cool in a way.
Dude,
I
yeah.
could get behind that a little bit, I guess.
Cassidy to win the cup. I mean, that would make
And
sense, but
I would get a lot of use out of being able to say 2-time Stanley Cup champion Chandler Stevenson.
Let's go.
whatever it takes. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think Vegas is going to end up pulling it off. So we'll see. All right. Discussion of the week. Chicklets, Ryan Whitney, king of rants, I would say at this point on the internet, whether it's Pearson Airport or ESPN Airtimes. We had a 10 p.m. elimination game between the Oilers and the Golden Knights on Sunday night.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Nick, do you think it's possible we can insert the audio if I find a clip? I know we're doing this real time, but
I will do my best.
okay. No promises. There might be audio right here.
There might not be. You never know what you're going to get on the show.
But if there's not, basically, long story short, Harry, you want to sum it up a little bit?
Yeah, he basically said, like, you know, they didn't flex the Sunday night baseball game on ESPN because the MLB had in the past has sued ESPN over Sunday night baseball times being moved, and the NHL had to keep Vegas and Edmonton at 10. I do not know if there was an option to move the game to ESPN2.
I think
I do know
they wanted to bump Sunday night baseball to ESPN2, and for whatever reason, I guess it's part of that like crazy deal that they can't be bumped off the main network
right.
for X, Y, and Z billion reasons. But
Right. And then Whitney obviously said they maybe could have moved the game to TNT, swapped the third round game. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know
But
what they could or couldn't have done.
the big miss here is that they missed 3 minutes of that game starting, and in that 3 minutes there were 3 goals of an elimination game with the best hockey player with the like hockey players like best in the world numbers 1 and 3. So
like, why not? If you're the NHL, right? And Witt said this in his rant, like, you know, Celtics Sixers, they had a game 7 on Mother's Day at 3:30 in the afternoon. If you know you're going to be up against Sunday night baseball, can't you be like a little more proactive and make the game like, I don't know, 5 Eastern?
dude, there were how many Caps Penguins Sunday playoff games did we have played at noon?
Yeah, it's
On
ridiculous.
on
I mean-
big ass NBC.
Right.
But I mean, like that NBA game didn't get finished until almost like 6 o'clock, like Central Time. So NBA games take a long time. So they would have had to flex that that Sixers Celtics game to like noon or 11 a.m. to fit in like Vegas and Edmonton at 7. Because that was
that
on ESPN too.
Oh, it was? Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Celtics Sixers was on
the
ESPN.
big issue is the like normally any other hockey game on the West Coast on a Sunday would be bumped up to like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Or like even like I don't know, even an hour or like
Give me
goddamn
9.
10 Eastern is brutal like that.
Mhm.
And that's coming from a guy in Central Time. Like I got to
Yeah,
watch
right.
8 to 9, which isn't
Exactly.
as bad, but still like, damn man, like it's a Sunday. I'm at the end of like I'm out of gas and
Like,
I got to work all week.
You're probably starting the second period of that game at like 11:20.
Yeah.
Or if you're Harry, you
Like-
never started the game.
Right.
So
No shame.
when did Toronto lose? What day of the week did they lose? Was that series over?
Oh,
Was that a
crap.
Friday?
Oh, that was Friday.
Don't quote me on that. That was
I
a
don't
guess.
know.
Okay,
I don't know.
because I was gonna say depending on the day, they could have like moved up the game like a day or something.
Well, here's the biggest piece of bullshit that Witt said that I agree with. When they signed this damn thing, everyone was like, yeah, like, cool. Like, yeah, it's going to be on at barbershops and bars. And I was like, cool, I agree. You had to get ESPN Plus to watch any of the fucking games.
Yeah.
They didn't
All
tell us
season
that when they
long,
signed
yeah.
this. And then
Yeah, it's like never on normal ESPN. And when it is, it's like some stupid fucking game all season, like the
It's
Coyotes and
dumb.
like the fucking
It's like a game
the
that they
Blackhawks.
thought would have
Yeah.
been cool like 10 years ago. It's
Yeah.
like they'll put like the Caps and the Bruins on there, like thinking it's a good rivalry game while one of the teams is setting records and the other team is scraping
Yeah.
to make the playoffs. But I think, Harry, going off of what you said, that's the biggest takeaway of all of this for me is what we thought we were going to get with ESPN and what we actually got is just terrible. You thought
Horrible.
that, hey, there was going to be at least some mention of it on their 30,000 daytime hours of like talk shows. And when it is mentioned on PTI or around the horn by these analysts, it's very obvious that the majority of them don't know the sport.
what they're
No,
talking
and they're
about.
blowing through it
Yeah.
to check off the box. They're like,
or
oh,
they
have
were
a
fed
script they're
4
reading.
lines of
Yeah,
stats
exactly.
that they then put
Exactly.
words behind. It is just
And-
ridiculous.
Yep.
And even while those shows are popular, they never talk about hockey on First
No.
Take.
No.
Like Stephen A has like
they
said
actually
he
openly
doesn't
mock
care.
hockey on First Take.
Like I think he says he only knows that the puck is black and that Gary Bettman's the commissioner.
Yeah.
Like
Stupid.
I wish they would just give full rights to the NHL to like TNT. TNT has done
I
a
wish.
wonderful job. They
have.
basically brought over the NBC sports crew, brought over some other people, and they've just made it incredible. Like TNT is probably the best sports broadcasting network right now.
Yeah, and like
They're definitely
Jay,
the most
this is-
fun.
Jay, this is your wheelhouse. Like I even would. I mean, I think most people would agree that NBA show they have too is.
Oh my
incredible.
god, they've won Emmys for that. Like
Yeah.
Kenny, Shaq, and Charles and Ernie Johnson, like across all sports, people argue, and including the NBA community, everyone agrees that everyone loves that show and they love Ernie Johnson.
Yeah.
Like,
No, they're great. Last thing I'll say.
Whenever Chuck just opens his mouth, it just can't miss television.
oh my god, yeah, or Shaq. So
Last thing I'll say. We're talking about the network itself. The broadcast stinks.
Oh man.
Leah
Yeah.
Hextall, get off my television.
I'm
Oh my
fine. I'm
God.
fine with between the benches. I'm fine with behind the glass or interviewing the
Panger's
coach.
fine. Yep.
That's fine. Panger's great. I love him. He's awesome.
I'd rather listen to the O'Reilly Auto Parts commercial 100 times on repeat than listen to Messier and Chelios talk.
Let's go.
oh
They
god.
suck, dude. Like
Dude.
I know they're legends of the game and stuff, but dude, they are so boring.